Just take your time.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alrighty. So we're gonna start with the water system.
Yep.
Fresh water on the left, city water on the right. Fresh water is if you're boondocking, off-grid camping, state parks where you don't have a water spigot. City water is gonna be campground camping where you have that water hookup. At a permanent site, you're probably gonna have a water hookup, so this is what you're gonna be using. Hose saver is going to be the first thing I put on here, and I recommend. It's a little 45 or 90 degree brass connection you screw in first, and it saves this connection rather than your hose. Because your hose dragging down on it over time will make this guy leak potentially. Second thing, if you don't get anything else, get this one, is a water pressure regulator. Basically, every campground is running at 100, 120 PSI to get water at all their different sites. And when your neighbor disconnects from his water, it can send a surge up your side and pop connections.
Okay.
So that's one of those necessities, I basically call it. And then a water filter. I don't drink campground water, but it's nice to clean it before
I don't drink
you
cabin
wash
water
it.
either.
Yeah, I bring some bottled water.
Yeah.
Outdoor shower, do all your dishes out here.
Yeah.
I don't like putting food in my gray tank. Some campgrounds will slap you on the wrist for it. So I just bring a storage container, storage bin, something like that, where I can wash my dishes into. And then at the end of the night, I bring it to the end of the campsite.
There you go. For me, it's going to be rinsing off sand and stuff from the feet, probably.
That too. And then dump station. This is the other main part.
So now, can a septic company, can they pump that?
From your black tank?
Yeah. They
I
can't?
don't think so.
I'm going to ask.
Andy.
I'm going to ask them. I thought they could.
Can a septic company pump your black tank? I didn't think so because it's like a gravity-fed system.
I have land up north, and I have a 250-gallon tank that goes into. You can get them.
Yeah, I got a holding tank.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah.
They can pump on that.
So what do you got to do? Just got to have a big hose to run it to your tank, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I did.
Just like gravity take it.
Right,
still
exactly. Right. And just make sure that's full. You know, the shitter's full before
Right.
you empty, because otherwise it gets all dry in there.
Yeah.
Language.
We know what shitter is.
That's my Wisconsin accent.
Because
So you think that gravity just put a big hose in there and let the gravity take it?
yes.
Okay.
The main thing with that.
And what
you can-
did you say about the shitter? Because I've kind of missed that.
That's, so make
But
sure
you
it's
said
full.
something about the full.
2/3 full.
Okay, and how do you know that?
There'll
There's
be
a
a
monitor panel.
Okay,
You see
good.
it.
Okay, all right.
And the thing is to keep it clean, because if it gets toilet paper, then it says it's false reading.
Right.
Because what it is, it's a ground, it goes through power, it gets grounded.
Yep.
When it's grounded to that metal screw on the tank, then that tells you level.
Okay, all
It
right.
goes from the ground, it goes, it's no electricity, but disconnect. That's how it works. So
Right.
if there's something on there, like wet toilet paper on there, it could get a false reading even if it's empty.
Okay.
And after I empty mine, then I take 2 5-gallon buckets, I pour water in it, so I get to rinse out. I think you got, did they have a
I think they have a black tank.
black
flush
tank
on the
flush?
other
I don't
side.
have that, so I pour it in there. And then good. And then when this is going, to get more suction to come out,
Yeah.
you just open up the grate a little bit and push it back just for like a second or so, and that water come out and actually like a gravity feed, and it'll suck
Right.
it out better.
So gray and black come out the same end.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So I can drain if I can have the black closed and I can drain
Yep.
the gray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can
That's
have the
actually
gray
good
tank
for me.
open
Yeah.
all the time.
That's what I'm gonna have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with that black tank, make sure you keep it closed, because if you don't, it can kind of do the porta potty effect where you get a giant mound of poop in the middle,
Yeah.
and then all the flush stuff keeps going.
We get stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crappy jobs.
I'll bet. I'll bet. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, with permanent plumbing, dump stations really aren't that big of a deal.
Right.
Just make sure you want to keep that black tank. I just want to pound that home. The other thing is, if you do any trailering, if you tow it anywhere, this guy has to be on, this cap,
Yep.
and these have to be closed. The DOT doesn't like poop on the road, so they'll get you for
Even
that.
though I've kind of think I've seen it before. But,
yeah, you've definitely seen it before.
at least for sure, gray water.
And then the other thing while we're down here is going to be right in between the wheels. It's really hard to see.
Yeah.
Behind this guy is
Yeah.
going to be your fresh tank dump. If you ever use that while you're towing it around and stuff, it's a little white T-pull handle
Yeah.
with a
I can
drain.
See it. I can see it. Yeah. So
Just
what do you mean that? What do you mean a fresh? What did you say it was?
fresh tank dump.
Fresh tank dump. What do you mean by that?
So if you're doing trailering where you're going boondocking, off-grid camping, where
Okay,
you don't
gotcha,
have that
yep.
water hookup,
Yep.
you're going to fill your fresh tank up and use your water pump to pull water to all your amenities.
Yeah. I got you.
I don't like
How big
driving-
a tank is it?
Probably like 32. I recommend just when you get home, Googling your make and model,
Yeah.
and it'll tell you. If I try to remember all that stuff, I'd
Yeah, I
go
know.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
So do you give me this cord?
Yes, sir. This is
All right.
your power cord.
All
30 amp power service. It's like 30 feet long. Oh, excuse me again. The other main thing I recommend getting is the water pressure regulator and the surge protector. It's the same theory as the water pressure regulator when your neighbor disconnects. You'll be getting a store walkthrough at the end of this anyways,
Yeah.
and Logan, our parts manager, will run you through some necessities. And you get 10% off whatever you buy today.
Okay.
But yeah, surge protector. Are you going to be doing winterizing, or do you know if the campground does winterizing?
I don't.
You're going to?
It's at my cabin on the lake.
Oh, so
it's
you'll
just kind of
probably
like a
be
spillover
winterizing
for people that come up.
Okay.
So I'll be winterizing. Yeah.
So back here, behind this panel, you
Yep.
can kind of see it, is
Okay.
your access for your water pump.
Okay.
You see that little white valve right there?
Yes.
That is your winterizing hose dial. So when you're ready to winterize, you're going to turn that. Right now it's like that way. You're going to turn it up
Okay.
towards that extra hose that comes up there.
Yep. I see that.
See how it's capped off?
Yep.
That's just for winterizing. So you can stick that in your jug of antifreeze, use your water pump to pull all your water to all your faucets
Okay.
and stuff.
All right.
Right now it's in summer mode, so if you were to use it, it's ready to pull from your fresh tank.
Okay.
Uh,
Jack works the same here.
yes, sir. On all 4 corners.
Okay.
Spare tire filled to that 60 psi.
Yep.
And then what you got an Android.
Yeah.
We'll try and hook up to your backup camera today.
Oh, that's yeah. See, I thought they had a backup camera. That's
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, we'll hook it up.
Well, I'm not. You guys are delivering it, but yeah.
Are you gonna be wanting to use the backup camera because it's on a permanent site?
It's on a permanent site, but we may take it out and use
we
it.
might
yeah.
trailer it, so
Yeah.
we'll still get that all
Plus,
set
we
up
got a
and-
pretty tight area to back it into and all that.
Okay.
and It'd be nice to have it.
Yeah, I'll run you through it today.
Okay.
200-pound max on that guy.
Okay.
And when you do trailer it, because you'll need a dump hose and everything, right in here. Oh, Jesus. Should have took the other side off. Is perfect spot to put your dump hose.
Okay.
So it's away from all of your, nice stuff.
Yeah.
And it can be back here.
Okay.
Main thing with this, when you're putting it back on, don't be afraid to hit it. Kick it like it owes you money.
Oh, yeah.
Smack it with a rubber mallet. These things are super tight.
Then we got the dog leash. Just make sure you remember to unleash your dog.
Leash lash for the pupper. Make sure he's not riding with you at 65 miles an hour.
How does the step here work then?
Oh, you can just
And these are all the companies. I used to live in Elkhorn.
pull this out, pull that guy down, and you step on up there.
Yeah. Lippert.
While we're here, I'll show you this side. So you got your inside door lock. This is your deadbolt.
Yeah.
Make sure to hit that whenever you're going to sleep or leaving the camper. Ugh. Screen door. The main reason why I say that is hitting your deadbolt is people can get master keys for this lock,
Oh, I gotcha.
but they can't get master keys for this lock. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't even go in, but when it does go in, I can't do anything.
Can't do it.
So make sure you hit your deadbolt whenever you're leaving the camper or going to bed. That kind of thing.
Right.
Here's that black tank flush Andy and I were talking about. All that is a line to the nozzle that's in your black tank. Nozzle just sprays the bottom and the sides of your black tank and cleans it out.
So, does that just hook up to a hose then?
Yep. You just use a regular hose, hook it on right into there.
And then you just flush water through it?
Yep. You just turn that hose on and it just goes through that nozzle in there.
Cool.
Outdoor TV setup. You got your speakers, outlet, and cable outlet right there.
Okay.
And then I'll show you the mount once we get inside.
What's that for, TV?
Yes, sir.
For the outside?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we probably won't use that. But.
Gas valve is down there. If you got a small gas grill or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's got a rock stopper. I'd recommend having that in whenever you're going down the road.
Okay.
But it's also got a little safety system. So this is your on-off switch. When this guy is in this position,
Yeah.
you can open and close the valve. When it's on and the gas is going,
So you can't break loose. Gotcha.
it's a little safety spot for the kiddos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got your outdoor kitchen. So you got the beer fridge. You got the ice maker. You just pour water into that guy, and then it'll make ice for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's easier than little things.
And then outdoor shower.
And now another
little
shower.
spot.
Get
Yeah.
2 showers on this one, huh?
Yeah, you can spray feet on both
See, I
sides.
knew about this one. I didn't know that I had the other one on the other side.
Yeah, no,
What's
I
this?
like-
Just a vent for the heaters or something?
Yes, sir. So that's going to be your furnace dump. Hot air comes out the
Yeah.
top. Cold air goes in the bottom.
So stay away. Don't block it.
Yes, sir. The other thing is I recommend getting screens. They can make little mud dauber screens, they're called. They're to protect against wasps and bees and stuff because they love
Good
the
point.
LP, and
Yeah.
They love the heat.
Yeah.
We saw them inside if that's something you're interested in.
What is what's this for?
That is your stove vent.
Oh, okay, it's just a vent.
So, all you gotta do with this guy, it's currently open. This is another thing where I recommend to close it to protect against bugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just pop those in. And when you're ready to use it, you pop it out. I'm actually gonna pop it out to show you guys stuff with it.
Okay.
It will be popped back in when we leave.
Yep. Last thing up here, this guy. This is your solar control panel. You
Oh,
never
okay.
have to mess with this.
Okay.
Right now it's saying 14.3. That's
Yeah.
the voltage going into your battery from this guy.
Okay.
On a good day like today, your solar panel on the roof is getting like 22, 23 volts.
Yep.
And it's sending it to over here. And this guy's morphing it down to that 14, 13. And it's also storing some of that power. So overnight, it's going to keep charging your battery.
We'll have it plugged in most of the time. But,
Yeah,
but
so
that's,
honestly,
but that's good. I
Your
mean,
battery's never going to die.
Right.
Probably. But if you do boondock, that's kind of what that's for.
yeah.
Stabilizing crank or manual crank for the tongue jack, and then stabilizing crank, so you can put the kiddos to work.
Yeah.
I don't think I showed you this part with the tongue jack.
Yeah, I did. That's just when you said that I was going to ask you about that.
Right down in there
Yep.
is where to put that crank in
Okay.
for if you were to lose power for some reason. Otherwise, it's just, and then you got a little light too.
Okay.
Make sure to check your caulk every 90 days. So I usually do it once at the beginning of the season, once at the end.
Caulk on the roof.
Caulk on everything. So caulk here,
Yeah. Yeah.
caulk here,
Yeah.
caulk up here.
Yeah.
Literally, probably about on every like door, window, that kind of thing. They run a bead
Yeah.
across the top. You don't really have to worry about the bottom too much because it's mainly just to protect against any dropping in.
Yeah.
But definitely on the roof as well. Yes. You do have a walkable roof up to like 300, 350 pounds or something like that. Just get a ladder at home and hop up
Oh, it
there.
doesn't have the ladder in the
No,
back.
I
it
don't believe
doesn't.
so.
No. It doesn't.
It does have the little thingy where you can buy the extendable Lippert ladder and then hook it onto there.
Oh.
But they didn't do a very good job of caulk on that.
Yeah,
So I'm a caulk expert. Trust me.
The factory, they
Yeah.
just really
Yeah. I had a plant right next to these guys, actually, in Elkhart.
really nice.
Yep, a lot of these guys I know.
With your stairs,
Yeah.
make sure your door's all the way open.
Yep.
Always make sure to lock those guys.
Yeah.
These ones aren't too bad because they're not too tall, but if you don't lock them, they can come out, attack you. One of our old techs, he lost his 2 shiners because of that. $22,000 later with Medcore, he got his new set.
Yeah.
With your legs, Jesus Christ, this thing's blinding me. These are your leg adjustments. I suck mine up whenever I'm leaving whatever campground I'm at. Oh my god.
Are you getting a glare off?
Yeah, it was like the sun going right in my eyes. So then wherever I'm going, I just let my stairs hang.
Okay.
So it couples this silver piece,
Yep.
and you get a nice even door shut. Then all you gotta do whenever you're at the campground, hit those little silver guys, and boom, you're ready to camp. Let me show you guys your awning real quick. So it's just on this little switch right here.
Yep.
If there's any wind at all, don't bring this awning out. It will just mess up. It's a giant sail. It will.
Yeah.
If there's any rain, I highly recommend drying it off as best as you can before bringing it in.
Yep.
If there's any water trapped in there, we'll just make it all stagnant and mildewy and nasty. See that flap hanging out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be able to get all the way out.
Yeah, you can make it.
Okay. Well,
Is
that's
that all the
how it's
way?
Going out. Yep.
Okay.
If you keep pressing the button, it will roll back on itself.
Oh.
That's how you can mess up
Oh,
your awning.
okay.
You can
Thank
bend
you.
your arms. You can mess up the roll.
Yeah.
So when that flap guy is hanging out 90 degrees parallel with the camper, it's as far as out as you can go. Or you're supposed to go.
How about rain? How heavy a rain can it have? I mean, I know a lot of these kind of things they
Well,
tell
he
you
said
that
if it's raining, pull it
if
in.
it's really heavy rain, to get it in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, light rain, you're okay.
Yeah, if it's sprinkling, you're good. But if it's like an actual downpour,
Yeah.
I bring it in just because all that rain will make it sag in
Oh,
the
yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
If there is just a light sprinkle, or if the sun's on this way and it's bothering you a little bit,
Yeah.
you can put a tilt in your awning. So loosen this
Oh.
guy up, pull it down,
Oh, that's nice, huh?
and then tighten that guy up. And you can tell the kiddo to stand right in that
Yeah,
corner.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
him.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Just make sure before you bring it back in
That you
just
let it
loosen
loose.
That guy up
Yeah.
and just leave it loose.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you guys want to head on
Yeah.
in,
Go ahead, Mary.
I'm just gonna bring the awning back in while I'm chatting.
Okay.